listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Defiance After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Defiance After Show.
There, Defiance fans, how's it going? Talking about Defiance Season 2, Episode 8 here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It's called Slouching Towards Bethlehem. I'm Matt Lieberman. Joining me, full panels here this week. Woo! Been a few weeks without the full panel. Glad to have them all back. The bad boy of indie comedy, Jesse Klein, is here.
Hi, everyone.
Scott Moore is here.
Hey, guys.
And Nando Velasquez is here.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. So I just want to cut right through the fat and say I love this episode.
It was a good episode.
I feel like it was a very lean episode. The stakes were very high. It felt almost kind of like a Defiance 24 hybrid. And I like it when the show just cuts right to the chase and is like, this is what we're doing this week. There's a bomb in New York. We need to take care of it. But now we've got this complication. Oh, snap. Kenya's alive. How is that possible? Hasn't been explained yet. We have theories.
Oh, we got
theories.
And then we also pushed forward a few other little plot lines, which is good. And we got to see all the machine zombies all together for the first time.
Oh,
yeah. We did. Very, very nice. What'd you guys think?
I agree with you. I agree with you. No, I do.
you said it all, man.
No, I really do. I do. I think that it was good. There was so much in there. We got back at 52 minutes. We're like, oh my gosh, how are they going to wrap everything up? This is a two-parter because there was so much going on.
I like the episode a lot. It's still weird how chill Nolan is with the fact that Arissa is a
machine zombie
and
a murderess.
Yeah, at the very beginning of the episode, he's just kind of laying back and just being very cool about the fact that she's got this weird murder machine zombie.
You shot yourself in the face.
Yeah, such a laid back way of saying that.
You shot yourself in the face. Don't do that again.
Actually, in the neck.
Actually, in the neck. I taught you better than that.
Yeah.
Right. When you shoot yourself in the head, you shoot yourself in the head. What are you, some kind of gabagool?
You don't miss.
You don't miss your
Come on.
You don't miss your neck. Come on.
How'd you do that?
Protect your neck.
Yeah, protect your neck.
Wu-Tang.
Nolan is very, very cool about it. I mean, granted, in this crazy world of theirs, they've seen a lot of weird stuff. Right. So maybe this doesn't stun him the way that maybe we feel that it should.
Yeah.
And he also doesn't believe, her whole thing with the whole God. He's like,
he doesn't believe that it's Urzu.
He's like, it's a tech thing. We've got tech things. And then he doesn't want to go to Docule because he doesn't trust her. But she's the best at doing that stuff.
I know, but she's also the reason why she's like this in the first place.
Yes.
She's the one who was experimenting with the Colavan. She's the reason why she now has both Colavan in her.
Yes.
Which should never have happened. I think, honestly, on some level, I think that what she's able to do now is because both of them are in her and they were never meant to be implanted in one person. It was too much power for one person. The same way that the old school nuclear missiles required 2 people with 2 keys to fire them up. No power that great should be in the hands of one person. And I think it's too much for her body and for her psyche to handle.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nando? You're a little
I know. I kind of agree with you on that. That's my best way of putting it.
But wouldn't the best person to work on her is the person who put them in her in the first place?
It's true,
wouldn't that
but
be the most qualified doctor?
She would be the most qualified, but we don't know what her intentions are.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, she's a war criminal.
Intentions.
She experimented on people.
Take her sister hostage.
Yeah, we could do that. If she had a sister.
If she had another sister.
Maybe she does.
Maybe
Who
she has
knows?
another sister.
We
That's
don't
the next
know.
revelation.
She could.
Well, she didn't have a sister. She had a lover.
Yeah.
And she's keeping her in
Or
her head
maybe
for right now.
her sister is Doc Yule's sister.
Whoa.
That comes later. That comes later.
All right, so
I mean, just
there-
take Kenya hostage.
Yeah,
again.
let's just take
Yeah,
Kenya
exactly.
hostage
Everyone
every
take her
time.
hostage.
Every episode, she'll just be taken hostage.
God damn it. It's just, Kenya, why didn't you die with that poison on that flask? Which, okay, can I just express my utter relief that Kenya did not die from the old poison on the outside of the flask
No, that's
trick?
the easiest
Yeah.
trick in the
Never
book.
made any sense.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I know, it didn't make any sense. I will say this, her hair looks great for being in captivity for about a year.
Well, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's a
Didn't
wig.
get a haircut.
It's definitely
It's definitely a wig,
Mm-hmm.
but it just
is.
seems so much more volume.
Yeah.
More voluminous.
More
Very
voluminous.
lustrous.
Captivity has done really well
Well,
for you.
she's using
in
that horse
sense.
and mane
Yeah.
shampoo.
Yeah.
She's been
She
in-
was kidnapped by
trapped.
stylists.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
and
how
they-
you can trace it back.
They
That's
only use mane and tail.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Mane and tail shampoo.
All right. So Nolan immediately, right off the bat, he gets a call on his hailer that there is a bomb in New York City. It's from Mercado. He says there's a bomb in New York City. You got to go arrest Masuvis, the Arathian that
S&M.
that Daytak was dealing with and kind of like grinding on a little bit a couple episodes ago, who works with the Votans Collective. They pull him out of there as he's like tightening this corset super tight on a client. She's really liking how tight it is.
It's really
Yeah.
tight.
Really
She
tight.
can't stop talking about,
Yeah.
screaming about how tight it is.
Right, she wanted it
Yes.
to be tighter.
Yes, apparently.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Be quiet for a little bit.
Deserved it.
And this is the first time I think we've seen. I think this is the first time we've seen Nolan lead serious EREP security forces.
Yeah.
He had a whole
Yes.
strike team. It was almost very eerie and kind of reminiscent of his military days.
Yeah, it was weird seeing him with the E-Rep like that.
Yeah.
But I guess the threat of New York being bombed is enough to put Nolan on the E-Rep
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Got to do it.
Gotta do it,
Got to
man.
do it. So they take him hostage, and everyone knows what the score is.
It's in Manhattan Valley.
Yeah,
That's right.
We're gonna have to do whatever it takes to get this information out of him. And Amanda, she receives a call from a mysterious dude in like a crazy gas mask that reminded me way too much of the Guardians of the Galaxy gas mask, even though like mask that Star-Lord has, even though like that one's like way cooler than this one, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
just from the goggles alone.
Yeah, sure.
And he's like, you got to get Masuvis out or we're going to kill your sister. What? My sister's already dead. What are you talking about? Oh, snap, she's alive.
Kenya's alive.
Yeah. So Amanda goes to Mercado and she's like, look, he's one of my best night porters because of his high threshold for pain. It's made us very successful. You're not going to get anything out of him. And he's like, it doesn't matter. We're going to have to do what we got to do. And she looks on in unease as Nolan starts filling these tubes with Shrill, which we saw Shrill, I think, in the second episode of the season when there was like a Shrill
The Shrill bomb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shrill, when they're put in a state of panic, they'll tunnel through anything. Nolan at first he tries to appeal to him. He's like, "Look, man, we both have families. You wouldn't want if you blow this up, your family's going to be a target. The humans will never forget it. You don't want to do this. Come on, just tell us. Just tell us what's going on." And Masuvis is like, I think maybe in some way in another life we would be friends. That old adage. And Nolan's like, yeah, I don't think so.
I probably could have bought you a drink.
I probably could be persuaded to buy you a drink. And he's like, bring on the Shrill. And the Shrill drills right through his arm.
Yeah.
That's right.
Pops out the other side.
This is the waterboarding in the future.
Yeah.
Shrill torture.
Really creepy. I love practical effects, man. I love watching it popped out. I mean, granted, the Shrill itself was CG, but I feel like the blood was a nice, juicy squib.
Yeah,
It was like,
it was very gross.
Yeah.
And then he put like 3 or 4 in them.
Well,
like,
I mean, he
during
had
the
3 or
time.
4 at the ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be prepared.
You got to be prepared with a lot of.
He can take the pain.
Gotta have some extra ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case.
Yeah, but he's not talking, man.
No.
He won't talk.
And they know it. They know he's not talking. This is this is somebody who obviously won't talk. They know for a fact.
Yeah, but
And
they
they-
still got to do it.
And they still got to do
Right.
it. Tried to be a little soft with him, and then it didn't work. Hit the shrill.
Yeah, and then Nolan went full Jack Bauer on him.
Yeah, that's the
That didn't work either. So they've got another strategy. Let's use ego. Let's extract his ego using the same devices that Pottinger brought into town. And you know what? Why don't we just bring Pottinger in from the field just because we're doing this right
While
now.
we're doing this, let's just bring him back.
Let's just bring him
We
back.
missed him already.
Back.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, what I love about this development and what I was hoping for more of in this episode is if they were going to extract ego, that would plant a bug in Amanda's brain of like, extracting memories from someone. I wonder what that has to do maybe with the whole like rapist, evil, bad fantasy thing.
Yeah.
Pottinger brought ego in.
And Pottinger, well, I think once she finds the cameras in her room, that's when it's all gonna start going. I don't know.
I was hoping this episode, like we were saying
gonna
earlier,
be
was
that
going to be
moment.
sort of the trigger at least.
But she's
we didn't know.
got so much to
She
deal
does.
with the Kenya thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's her full distraction.
Who would feel comfortable in a room just like full of cameras?
I know, that's crazy talk.
For those on iTunes, we're just staring at cameras right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameras.
There's a lot of cameras in this room.
In any case, Amanda's got her agenda. Nolan's trying to take care of this. Meanwhile, across town, Stamatar is being interviewed by Berlin and Tommy about her connections to Masuvas.
Tommy was full E-rep now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
His promotion and everything.
A career change.
Yeah.
He's a corporal.
Yeah,
career change.
Yeah, and Berlin takes a moment to remind everyone in the room that she ranks above him. She's a captain.
She's captain.
Captain.
Also, Berlin reveals that she's not dating Nolan.
Yeah.
They're just having a bunch of sex.
Yeah.
Bunch of sex.
Bunch of sex.
Bunch of sex.
Good for her.
Because
and him.
Stama, like, I think like
Smelled it on
she
him.
smelled
She
it on her. The gun grease
Yeah.
and the sweat and the whiskey.
Yeah.
The leather.
And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to call her out on it.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Just as revenge for you coming into my home and interrogating me about something that I obviously have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she does have a little bit to do with him because while her husband was away, she apparently visited Masuvas several times.
Yeah,
because
man.
as they say, a woman has needs, apparently to inflict a lot of pain on someone.
Or have a lot of pain inflicted on her.
Sure.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, man.
Tighter.
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 Jeez, does she ever shut up?
No, never. Never.
All she does is talk about tighter.
Sorry, just a little tighter.
Okay.
A little tighter.
All right, well, should we get on with the rest of it, or...?
Just
Stay with
quite
this.
tight
Just
enough.
stay this.
Okay.
Stay right here.
Just a little tighter.
Just
This
a
moment.
Tighter?
Just a skosh.
Okay,
Wait, no, how much tighter can you go without having to make it too much tighter?
I can just go a little bit more tighter.
Yeah, make it a little tighter.
Okay, that's enough.
A little tighter.
I'm leaving this room.
There's never enough. Never enough tightness.
Yeah, so Tommy, as soon as they leave, is like, he connects the dots, and he's like, you and Nolan, are you two dating? And I'm just like, oh, Tommy, you rude.
Oh.
He gets out his lunchbox and eats a sandwich with the crust cut off of it.
Yeah, on top of a skyscraper that's being built in the 1920s.
I just want I just want to see Tommy walking away like Arrested Development style with the Charlie Brown theme in the background.
Because it's just like,
Yeah.
man,
It's kinda
Tommy
sad.
can't catch a break,
Yeah.
can he?
Tommy.
Yeah.
He has to serve under his ex-girlfriend.
Who is banging his nemesis.
Yes.
Yeah. His nemesis, whose daughter is his other ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Yes.
Tommy's in a bad way.
Oh,
Yeah.
the tangled web we weave.
Poor
here.
Tommy.
Poor Tommy.
Defiance.
Yeah. Deputy LaSalle. No, Corporal LaSalle.
Corporal.
Yeah.
LaSalle.
He should have gone to the Texas front.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been
should've.
better off in
He
Texas.
would have been smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Stama goes to visit the one and only Daytaktar, who is very insulted that he did not get
They
get
question you
interrogated.
and they don't question me.
Yeah.
I'm insulted.
I'm insulted by
insulted.
that.
Yeah.
We'd all laugh so loud at that
Yeah,
line.
yeah. And she's like, just put away your pride for a second. All
She
right?
also brings the flowers that he brought to her as like the gesture or whatever their visitation rights like thing. She brought that in a basket.
Yeah. Yeah, which was actually covering up a sweet-ass sniper rifle, which he doesn't realize until after they have this weird psychosexual
angry
tension thing, and then they just have angry trailer sex.
Name me a type of trailer sex that isn't angry.
On some level, it's got to be angry.
You're in a trailer.
You're in a trailer. You got to be angry about something.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Life sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Tighter.
Let's make more kids.
Just a little tighter.
A little tighter?
A little tighter.
I'm stuck in this trailer with this girl.
In any case, and the poor Sensoth is out there just watching it, or like trying not to watch it, because they're up against the window.
He's hearing it, and he's like...
And Daytak is so skillful a lover that he does not need to remove any garments.
No, why waste the time?
From himself or from Stama. Which is why he's putting on a fresh pair of future sweatpants. Future yoga pants, really.
Really future yoga pants. Now, did you notice that Daytak was washing clothes in the sink?
Yeah.
And I was thinking maybe those are the clothes of the raider that has Kenya.
Why would you say that?
Because the guy kind of sounds like Daytak. And like if
I thought he did,
yeah, we did at first. I thought it was him.
And if he's washing those clothes...
But the crazy thing is, like, so did Daytak have Kenya this entire time?
Yeah, man.
Even when he was in Camp Reverie? I just that's what's
that's what's weird about it.
There was obviously a partner with him, as we see later.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely an interesting thought. Whoever did take Kenya was either on the land coach last season with Nolan and Amanda, or is close enough with them that they know the story, or knows someone who was on it. I mean, likely suspects. I mean, Rin was there last week, and she seemed like a good guy, so she wouldn't be it. Olfen Tennedy, I don't remember if she was murdered last season. She's an E-Rep person, though, so I don't know why she would be working against the E-Rep.
Yeah.
There was her husband who went with Rin, but he was kind of like a weakling and a whiner, so I don't know that he would be doing it. So it's like, who are we looking for here?
I don't know.
But it's got to be someone we know.
Yeah.
Like there's no way to like the reason why they're covering up their identity is because
it's going to be a big.
It's got to be somebody we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it would be very, very interesting if that was the smoking gun, was these sink clothes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just
sink clothes.
Yes, the sink clothes. I don't know. I don't know what to think about her. If it's her, the whole thing is just...
Maybe it's Pottinger.
Maybe. He's been gone this whole time. It could be up to all kinds of funkiness.
Yeah.
All right, real quick before we move on, I just want to talk about a couple things. First of all, I want to just talk real quick about Walmart, and they got a brand new program called the Savings Catcher. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. You folks at home might not be aware of it. Now, I don't know about you. I love a good deal. I love a good bargain. And I know Walmart has the best prices anywhere, but sometimes somebody tries to beat Walmart. They try to beat them in the ground and say, hey, no, I have the biggest guns. I have the best prices. I'm going to go even cheaper than Walmart. And you have to run all over town. You go to Walmart
for guns?
What?
You go to Walmart for guns.
I do not personally go to Walmart for guns. I don't think they sell guns.
They do.
They do. Oh, they do?
Yes, they do.
Oh, fantastic.
They sell everything.
They sell everything. It's Walmart.
So... some people, rather than just going right to Walmart, they'll go all over town looking for these bargains. But here's the great thing. Walmart's Savings Catcher, if you buy something at Walmart and then you find it for a lower price anywhere else, you can enter your receipt on walmart.com/savingscatcher, and they'll give you a free Walmart e-gift card for the balance, the difference between what you paid and the lower price. An e-gift card, absolutely free. And you can use that at the store. You can use it online. You can do whatever you want with it. It's really, really convenient.
So you can do this on the website.
You can do it on the website. You can just go to walmart.com/savingscatcher. You don't have to look through ads. You don't have to clip coupons. It's really convenient. It's a great way to centralize all of your savings, and you don't have to go all over town. It's super convenient.
Well, what I like about that is there are a lot of stores that usually say they have the lowest prices in town, but then when you go and show them a circular, sometimes you still have to prove it to them.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Walmart has it all figured out, that if someone else has an advertisement already and you just put it on the website, they'll automatically give you a receipt. You don't have to haggle. You don't have to, call somebody, figure out what to do. It's pretty simple.
Absolutely. They cut out the middleman. It's a guaranteed win for anyone who uses it. So just go to walmart.com/savingscatcher to start saving.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
All right. So What else do we got on the docket here? So Stama, she beds Daytak. I think mostly to get him to do what she wants.
Yeah.
She throws him one. She throws him one. And
tighter.
Yeah, no, just a little tighter.
A little bit tighter.
And on the way back, her sense-off pal's like, hey, the men are not going to stand for reconciliation. And she's like, excuse me, the men? And he's like, yeah. Daytak would forgive you and Alak for betraying him. He would kill all of us. We took a major risk backing you.
Yeah.
So, if you think about double-crossing us, think again.
That's right. He put her in her place there.
Yeah.
Or
Thought
he
For a
tried.
second, he tried.
He thought he did. But
He thought he did,
But
and
it's
she
Stama.
was like, yeah. All right, thank you for your kind advice. Pushes him away and just keeps walking.
Face.
Yeah. Face!
Face.
Definitely, we will see that scene, the repercussions of that scene, perhaps in the future.
I'm glad that they're keeping this complex and that it's not just going to be one of those things that, like, oh, we're trying this thing out and then we're just going to reverse it so we can go back to a status quo. There is no going back without major repercussions.
Yeah.
No, I do like.
But
the way
it's
they did that.
obvious that Stama.
Well, Stama's not going to want him to get back anyway.
No, but she still has feelings for her.
Obviously, yeah.
You know,
She does.
she's still attracted to him, or can be. I mean, granted, I think she slept with him for her own purposes in this episode, but you have to be at least a little attracted to him to make it that convincing.
No, she is. She definitely is, and there's still feelings there. There's still, you know,
Also,
there's that.
going on.
There
Daytak is listening to music in his.
Yeah, he's maybe listening to some tar tracks.
I think he's listening to tar tracks.
He's really trying to bond with his family and maybe make an effort.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, he's bored and he's living
He's
in a
bored.
trailer.
That's what I'm saying. He's bored
What a
listening,
guy.
and that's why he's listening to music.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that might be it. as
It's
well.
just his dishwashing music.
Yeah.
The sink clothes washing music.
Sinks clothes washing.
All right, so Amanda comes to Nolan. The situation is pretty grim, and she's like, "Look, I need to get Masuvis out of there. They're gonna kill my sister. She's alive." And of course, Nolan is like,
Whoa.
Are you high? Are you high? And she's like, come on, I've been off the Adreno for weeks. Seriously, I wouldn't lie to you about this. This has to happen. He's like, okay, if you trust me, give me your hailer. Give me your hailer, and we're going to work this out together. So he kind of programs his hailer and Arissa's hailer to mimic or to receive a ping whenever Amanda receives a call on her hailer. They have a limited range, so so it's got to be somewhat nearby. They can triangulate it, and Nolan's gonna head off to this saber wolf laden area, and Arissa's like, whoa, hold the phone, okay? Who is the person here who can't die?
Everyone raise your hand.
Everyone raise your hand if you can't die.
She's
You
the
guys
only
can't
one.
die?
Yeah.
No? Or you guys can die and I can't?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm the one who can't die. I should be going out there, okay? You know, you stay here. You stay put, all right?
Plus, Amanda needs you.
Yeah,
and
Amanda
he's-
needs you.
Your
and
girl
Nolan's
needs you. One of your women needs you.
Yeah. I
Yes,
guess so.
what do you need from me? Your keys. Oh! Yeah, so Arissa heads off feeling pretty good about herself, and then all of a sudden she starts having a vision, and she nearly wraps her brand new 2015 Dodge Durango around a tree.
Well, or 2035 or 2045, whatever it is now.
Yeah. And I know we had folks in last season. We had Nolan. We had him in last season. He told us that the rollers, the original ones, were so flimsy that when you went over, they were so out of balance, and when you went over 20 miles an hour, they'd tip over. And that's why they're using cars, but they're still calling them rollers. And I'm like, that's not a roller, that's a car.
That's just a car.
I guess it's like the name is just kept, you know,
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
like the language has adapted.
Still lingo.
Yes.
Like calling it a whip.
Right.
Like go get in your whip.
Yeah, the whip
Whip.
from back then.
Yeah,
Do you
go
think
get-
anyone still ghost rides a roller, or do you think that that's considered frivolous in this time period?
I think you probably ghost ride a roller.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In any case, she doesn't crash into the
Listening
tree,
to tar
but she
tracks.
is drawn.
Thank God for those anti-lock brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, such good breaks. She is drawn deep into the woods, and she discovers a tent and a fish ready to be filleted,
Delicious
filleted.
fish.
and she gets caught in a trap. And oh snap! It's Angel Arc, red hair, Castathan girl.
Yeah.
And she's ready to kill her, except for some quick talking by Arissa, and she lets her know, "Hey, I'm just like you. I know you. I know what's going on. They're not dead. They're fine." And she cuts her down. And
go ahead and gut me.
Yeah, go ahead and gut me.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I can't die, just like you. Isn't that weird?
Whoa, isn't that a weird thing?
Isn't that weird?
Oh, we have so much in common.
So she cuts her down, and Sukar shows up, and
she breaks her hailer though.
Yeah.
yeah,
Come on,
she smashes
stomps
her
on
hailer.
it. No
so
hailer
who's
left.
gonna
no
help you now?
triangulation.
No luck.
No
Yeah.
getting in touch with her now
Yeah.
either.
And one interesting piece of information she gives before Sukar shows up and the rest of the super fun techno zombies is that when the god that appears to her is Ryetso.
Yeah.
It's not that no god shows up or that Urzu shows up. It's Ryetso because she's a Castathan. So whatever type of Votan you are, if you're a techno zombie, your planet's or your species' god appears to you, which calls into question all of their religious beliefs, perhaps, because I'm wondering
That they're all tied in.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the legends of all of these different deities and all of these religions stem from the same core AI that seems really, really old and powerful. Is there does that hold any water? Or
No, it does. It kind of made me think of even from our own stuff with our own, sort of a nod to that with our own religions and everything having a basis. And so that's what it made me think of when I saw that. So yeah, I do. I think that's definitely a possibility.
It also made me think that maybe the techno zombie kind of affects people who are faith-based. Like that's who they're targeting, is people who have faith,
who are easily
that are
swayed by seeing the object of their faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you didn't have any faith, then what would it...
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because there appear to be no humans so far. It's really it's targeting Votans specifically. And I think it's trying to carry out its original mission, which was to wipe out the human race and terraform the planet to be a home for the Votans that were leaving their home system.
Yeah.
So the question is, does it intend to turn all Votans into these techno-zombies to save them or to make them hardier or something like that? Or is it just transforming them into the instruments of its will? The will of the Kaziri.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm very, very curious what would happen if a human got transformed by this stuff. I'm wondering what they would see. Would they see Jesus? Would they see a bright light? Would they not see anything?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. If it was a human, they would probably see whatever their
deity was.
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
Whatever they believed in.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they were atheists, would they see themselves?
Or
Or if they have a big
nothing.
ego.
yeah, maybe they'd see Bono.
Maybe. Bono?
Hi.
All right.
Go kill that guy. Aren't these glasses cool?
Yeah. In Spy Red.
And these glasses.
Yeah. All right. So,
You can have a pair too if you go kill them.
Peace.
okay. So Amanda, Amanda really, really wants her sister freed, and the sister in question wants to be freed. Kenya receives a tray full of food, and she picks up the food with
like
both
dog food.
Dog
Yeah.
food. She
Like,
picks it up
oh.
with both hands and flings it away. She takes the tray. She starts smashing away at her rusty chain. Does nothing. She starts kicking away at the anchor to the chain, which is also rusted over. She gets it loose enough so that she can slide that tray underneath and pry it off. She's free. Fantastic.
Yeah.
After all this time.
After all this time. And this is the moment, I think, where we realize, oh, okay, she's real. She
Yeah.
is a person.
Yeah.
This isn't somehow a trick. She grabs that anchor and she smashes her captor over the head. And then in the ensuing fight scene, she smashes him again and again with the hood of the car, which he's working on. And then she tries to start that car, even though it's obvious that he's working on the car and that it won't start.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why are you working on a car?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
But she does get to... She hails her sister.
She hails her sister. She lets her know, okay, I'm in this.
She runs like 20 feet.
She runs like 20 feet.
I'm safe enough now.
I'm safe enough.
I'm okay.
Thank goodness I
Ooh.
ran that 20 feet.
Thank God I'm out of the greenhouse area.
Yeah.
I'm out of that little area.
To be fair, she did hit the guy several times in the head with heavy metal objects. Like, I think you can... the fact that it's a TV show means that you're not safe. But, like, if it was real life, if I hit a guy several
I don't know.
times with
Until
a metal
you see a
chain,
large pool of blood.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not safe.
or like
No.
a giant bump that
yeah, a
protrudes in,
giant bump
Yes, a
with
giant
like little
bump.
lines protruding from
and
it.
then birds circling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But even that's reversible.
That is.
You just have to push it into your head.
But make sure it doesn't come out the other
Okay.
side.
So she Amanda's like, "Where are you? Describe." And she's like, "I don't know." For a hot second, she's looking around.
Greenhouse.
And I'm like, "There's so much
Green
stuff you can
line
talk
stuff.
about."
Yeah.
The plants, the
There's a
aluminum.
roller.
Yeah, the
I
roller.
spy a greenhouse.
Yeah, the first thing she says is, "Oh, there's a roller here," and I'm like, "That could be anywhere. That's not. You're not helping."
But then again, how is she really gonna know?
Right.
doesn't
So,
know where she is.
for whatever reason, and we know the reason because the hailer was smashed, Nolan isn't able to triangulate the signal, and Kenya's captor revives himself and lands blows on her. That's what we learned from the
Lands
the
blows.
closed captioning. That was the sound effect. Blows landing.
Blows are landing.
Yeah. And all hope seems
Tighter.
to be lost, which is why Nolan goes to lock up Amanda, but Amanda is too quick for him. She bashes him in the head with a fire hydrant. A fire extinguisher.
She rips out a fire hydrant.
She hulks up.
She's got that adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know.
The Drino.
Yeah. And you know, she goes to Doc Yule's looking for something to help, and she grabs all these tranquilizers.
Yeah.
And Doc Yule is like, "Hey, you know, if you need a treatment program, you come to me. I can help you."
Doc Yule had the best lines of the episode as
Yeah.
well.
Like, don't lie to me,
Yeah.
you big dummy.
You need help.
Hey there, stranger.
Hey there, strange. Well, I mean, especially now that we know that Doc Yule is a lesbian, that's like...
Yeah.
That's another layer to it.
Yeah,
sure.
So, with that kind of not working out, Amanda goes, she steals the she has Treasure Doll sleep with one of the guards and distract him and steal his uniform, and then just suddenly we've got this very short stormtrooper
With a high-pitched voice.
with a high-pitched
Right.
voice
High-pitched.
Nobody
and-
knows there's anything different there.
and a woman's body
Yeah.
instead of the man's body that's normally there.
Even with the body armor, you
Yeah.
can still see
You
the
can-
curves.
That's
there
great
a little bit,
security.
Yeah.
Great security that you
in
have going.
Masuga, in Masuvis's room. I keep wanting to say Mashugana.
Vesuvius.
Yeah, and you know, she's escorting him. She knocks out her counterpart. She makes it look like Masuvis is dying, and then she undoes it with stuff that she stole from Doc Yule. And she's like, "Come on, we got to get out of here." And on their way to the roller, Nolan stops him. He's got his gun drawn. He's like, "Listen, I can't let you do that. I know that you want to save your sister, but this is the hard choice that we have to make. We cannot let these people die."
49,000 people in Manhattan Valley there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. A lot of people.
49,000 versus one?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Surrounded by water in the valley.
Water
Oceans and
Raiders.
Raiders.
And Raiders.
Oceans,
The Oakland
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah, in the
And
Oakland
the Oakland
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yes. Which relocated to the New York Valley.
Yeah,
know,
they've
I
done it a
feel
few
like
times.
It's a bigger market.
I feel
Yes,
like if
it is.
anything survives this war, it's the Oakland Raiders
Yeah.
fans.
Technically, New York doesn't have a football team. It's just Buffalo anyway.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's nice
Well,
to see Oakland there.
I think that
Yeah.
I think that Oakland just survived perfectly. It's the only city on Earth that survived with no terraforming,
Right.
no lives lost. The Votans
They
got
just-
there and like, you know what? We can invade other
A
places.
Yeah,
robot
we don't need
shows up,
this.
they just headbutt it
Yeah.
until it leaves.
Oakland. In any case,
Yeah.
before anything can happen, Daytak snipes him from afar, and he says in casting, he just says "done," and he gives himself a little like a little moment.
if there was someone there, he'd do a high five. It'd be like a freeze frame high five.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
He's so proud of himself. And then Nolan looks up. He's already gone.
yeah.
And so before the life leaves Masuvis, he runs over and he demands to know where the bomb is. It's in Union Station. He gives him all the information. He passes it along to Berlin, and thankfully all those people were saved.
Yeah.
But The kidnapper does not know that Vesuvius is dead, so they hatch a little scheme. Hatch a little scheme.
The old switcheroo.
Yes, and they get there. And
they found it so quick.
They found it so quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Nolan shoots the guy. He shoots him, but he was wearing body armor. He's got a partner. Uh-oh. They both get away, but Kenya is alive. We have a brief fake out, but Kenya's alive. We've got her
And
back.
untethered.
Untethered.
She's just kind of like
Almost-
wandering.
She's just like,
hey.
how's the greenhouse?
Hey,
Just
there
hanging
you
out.
are.
Almost as if the kidnapper's plan was to have her get back to Defiance all along. Perhaps.
Almost as if the kidnapper knew that Vesuvius was going to be killed.
Almost as if the kidnapper knew that Nolan would be there and try to shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If it wasn't for those
a
damn
lot.
kids, they would have gotten away with it
Yeah.
too.
It's a lot to
they did
chew
get away.
on.
There weren't any damn kids.
It's a lot to chew on. Meanwhile, at fun Ewok style Future Zombies cookout,
Nub nub.
yeah, yub nub. Urzu says to Arissa, like, now we can begin. They're all here. We can
Yes.
finally begin. And she's like, begin what? She's like, arc rise. Smile, kiss on the cheek.
They were like snuggling together. Like that.
That was weird.
Weird and a little sweet. Okay, I think we're deep in predictions territory, so let's get into it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. So, what are all
Remember
these?
the spoiler warning.
Yeah.
So we going to talk about clips from
Yes.
next week's episode?
Yeah, let's just talk about them really
Spoiler
quick. So skip about
Spoiler
30
alert.
seconds ahead if you
Spoiler
don't
alert.
if you don't want to know what was in
Spoiler
those
alert.
clips. And basically the clips seem to be just that Kenya is back in town and Daytak is pissed at Stama for not killing her properly. We're going to
Yeah.
find out what happened.
Right.
And Kenya seems to be all kinds of distraught. And I personally believe that she's all kinds of distraught because she realizes that she's not real. She is not real. I'm wondering one of two things. A, was she the first victim of post-Kaziri Arissa? Because it happened on the same night.
Yeah.
She was poisoned out in the woods, and then Arissa is in
But
the
she's
Kaziri.
human.
You're right. Okay, so maybe not.
Well,
Either
That's
that,
still possible, but
or
I don't know.
or she, like the astronaut last season, is an indigene sleeper who has been remade to look like a human, just meant to infiltrate the town.
Yeah.
But there's a lot there because that would assume that the Indigenes knew that Kenya was killed. Or whoever it is in charge
Right.
would
Or
know
maybe-
that
or
too.
maybe they just found her body.
Right, I was gonna say maybe they did now.
Maybe
Yeah.
they found her body and then
Yeah.
And they found her body and just knew that she was dead, knew who she was.
Yeah. No, I mean the Indigene thing makes sense to me too because it's obviously it seems like these captors were from the Voltanis collective,
Yeah.
and it would make sense for them to do another plant, another spy of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's got one of those like those form changers that they had from last year when it wasn't a human but she looked like a human.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree with you guys because it just seems too odd that all of a sudden she's been gone for all this time. We thought she was dead, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden she's been there, and then we
With
find her
thick,
the 8th
lustrous hair.
episode. Yes, with that hair that made her look not
good
quite
hair.
like her.
Yeah.
It was weird. So I definitely am going with your theory too. I don't think it's really her, and as we saw ahead, she's having a lot of trouble adapting, and yes, maybe she has PTSD, but I do think it's really not her, and I
Yeah.
think we're going to find out
Yeah.
there's a bigger plan there.
So
Definitely a sleeper.
What's
Yeah,
up with
something.
What's up with Arcrise? What's going on there? I mean, what are all these people going to be doing now that they're here in Defiance? Are they going to excavate the Kaziri? Are they going to turn everyone in town into techno slaves so that, we've just got this little community that's working on terraforming the world?
I think they are going to turn everyone into techno slaves, but by starting an awesome dance club. And
Different from the kinky
Yeah.
cross race one?
Different than
Yeah.
because everyone's going to be a slave to that techno, man.
Slave to the
Just
rhythm.
let that
That's
beat
right.
happen. Yeah, that's my theory.
I think you should stick
Sweet
to that one.
Dance Club.
Maybe it's a different thing. What do you think, Nando?
I don't know. I keep wanting to see what's going on in the mines. We haven't seen that in a while, so I wouldn't be surprised to see these techno zombies perhaps infiltrate Defiance and maybe go down there.
Yeah,
well,
that's
take
part of
the
the
Kaziri.
That's part of the reason why I think that Rafe and Daytac are involved with these kidnappers somehow, because we haven't seen Rafe a lot in like the last 2 episodes or so, and it's the assumption is that he's been working on this rebellion, and I feel like these kidnappers, they didn't have much in the way of tech. It was very lo-fi.
Yeah.
They had a couple of dirt bikes, which says to me that these are poor miners.
Yeah. And the last time we saw raiders in masks, they were miners.
Yeah.
But I do think
Not
it's going to be
children,
someone we
minors.
Yes, no, of course not. But I do think it's going to be someone we know once we get the reveal.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't, because they're going to pay it off later. But yeah, it's definitely someone we know.
Okay.
That's involved with this whole kidnapping thing.
I like
for
all
sure.
these ideas. I'm very, very excited to see what the rest of the season holds for us.
Right.
We got 5 episodes left.
Oh, man.
I know.
5.
Fast.
Yeah, we're
That's
catching
right.
up on it, unless it's 12 episodes. But I'm pretty sure it's 13.
I think it's 13.
Yeah. But I want to thank you all for joining us this week. We're always happy to have you. Please, rate and review the show on iTunes if you get the chance. It's really helpful. It's how we get great sponsors like our friends at Walmart, and it's how we're able to get guests on the show. So we appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Jesse Klein, where can the people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JessKlein1. And this upcoming Sunday, you can see me on the Weather Channel and Fat Guys in the Woods, the premiere episode.
Yeah.
I'm in the hills of Tennessee surviving for a week.
Sweet.
Wow.
Scott Moore.
My dream there, being on the Weather Channel. No, seriously. You can find me on Twitter at SMan80. That's SMAN80. And here for True Blood, the final season on Sunday nights.
And he is serious. He wants to
I
be a
am
weatherman.
serious.
He wants to be a weatherman.
I'm not kidding.
And
my
you
dream.
can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nandovel, Nandovel, and on various shows here on AfterBuzz.
Okay. Yeah. And you can find me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman. That's MattLieberman. You can find all my videos for SourceFed and SourceFed Nerd on YouTube. And Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be up in San Francisco shooting some stuff with D News and a couple other channels on the Revision 3 network. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out, or check out my my Twitter feed to find those videos. Thank you all so much. We'll see you around. See you next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
What happens if you don't say Buzz? It all breaks down. It's like lost. The video freezes.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.